I'm checking myself, making sure I look okay. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Let's start this video.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Okay, I'm going to start editing. I'm pretty confident I look really good in this segment. Let's see. Oy vey.
Has this happened to you? You record a video of yourself and you look 10 or sometimes 20 years older than you really are. It's not your face, it's your lighting. Lighting can make us look younger or older, and there's no magical light that's going to take everything away. But there is good lighting that can soften your face by lighting you from all around and not causing as much shadows, which shows more of your wrinkles and your imperfections. Now, I had a couple of people who told me that they really like my lighting, and they've actually private messaged me, yes, it's true, that they do like it, and I thought that was wonderful because there are days where I really struggle with it. So I thought that there are a lot of other people who go through the same thing. Maybe you're someone who wants to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're someone who wants to do TikTok videos and reels. Maybe you're someone who has a business and you have to start doing videos of yourself and you just hate the way you look. Listen, I understand. To this day, I struggle with lighting. It is something that you have to practice. It is trial and error, and believe me, everybody else goes through it. You just have to get used to seeing yourself on camera. I keep looking down here because I have a monitor, and actually that's something that I use to help me light. I'll tell you about that in a second. But let's get started on what I use.
This is my ring light, and no, it's not magical. These do not erase wrinkles. They just give you very flattering lighting by lighting you all around. I use it most of the time. Again, it's not a wrinkle eraser. Only filters and certain editing programs can do that. So don't think it's the light. I like this one because I can control it in increments. So I can go from like 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, which it's on, instead of just like, low, high. So I have more control, and I actually like the fact that this one controls temperature as well, and that is very important to me because I have warm skin and I tend to read really warm on camera, so I like to use a cool light. That's me. It depends on your preference, and it can also depend on the lighting in your room. If your room is too sunny, maybe you just want to make it a little warm but not too warm, just to match the lighting, but you don't want to overdo it, obviously. But I feel like you have so much more control, and it will save you time later in editing. And then over here is my softbox, and I will explain in a second why I use that on this side. But this is just a light with a piece of material that is white. It softens the light so it's not so harsh. You could use a regular light and just throw either some parchment paper over it, you can tape it, or you can use a bathtub shower liner, I've seen them use. You could use a white sheet, but I never did that because I'm just too worried about the heat, but I've seen people do it. I don't know. To me, I would just use the liner, or I would use parchment paper because it has a high hot point, so it won't burn, and you don't want to burn your house down. And on the left side is my window, and I have the curtain drawn because without the curtain, it's too bright and too harsh. So this light curtain kind of diffuses the light the way that piece of cloth did on that side. The reason why I have the soft box on the right side is because I want the light to be even with the window. So I don't use just the ring light alone. Here's what it looks like with just the ring light alone. No outside light being covered, so I open the curtains and I have no softbox on the right. I don't think you should use a ring light by itself. That's my personal opinion, because I feel like that it's just not enough, especially if you're in a room that's half dark like this and it has a stronger light on one side. You need to even out the lightness of the room, if that makes sense. That's what I do. So I have the softbox on one side to even out this light on the other side. You can use this ring light in front of a window, but I suggest that window have some curtains like this, similar, white, anything that's see-through, so it kind of makes the light less harsh and you have a little more control over the light. Now, as you can see on my monitor, I'll get to that in a second, when you just have the ring light, the softbox, and the curtain light or whatever, the back could be darker. I don't really mind, but if I was filming later in the night, which I don't do, I usually film during the day, or if it's something that irks you, you can get one of these LED lights, you know, the panel lights. I use this sometimes for my cooking videos if I need a little more ambient light because I have more light on one side than the other in my kitchen. So this is great for backlighting. I'll show you. I'm just gonna turn it on. Here it is lit. Here it is lighting the back a little bit. And if you see on the monitor, it's just a little lighter. Again, it's not a big deal. It's not gonna make or break your video. So let's talk about the monitor. This is my MacBook and this is a monitor so I can see how it's lit. And I highly suggest that you download the software for your camera to do this, because then you can really see the lighting live, how it's gonna look on the computer, because I don't care what phone you use, I don't care what camera you use, the monitor, the cell phone screen, it never looks the same. It just doesn't, from my experience, and I've done it all. Again, I've filmed on my phone and it never looked right. So mirroring it, you can even download software for your phone as well. So PS, it's not only just for a camera. It just really helps. And not only can you see what you're doing, but hang on, let's shut this off. You can make adjustments. Like you can adjust your ISO. You can adjust your aperture. You can adjust your camera speed and everything like that. You can just check on everything here. That's a whole other video if you want me to get into that. If you know about settings, you'll appreciate that because ISO and aperture have a lot to do with lighting. Again, want to see another video of me explaining that? I have no problem doing it. Let me know in the comments below. Now that's what I do for lighting. So I just wanted to give you a tip. Always light a little darker. It's easier to add light. It's harder to darken and kind of like making it look too underexposed. So when in doubt, go a little darker on your lighting. Not too dark, just like a step down. I just want to add that these rules apply for cell phones as well. I just happen to use a camera now, but I started on a cell phone, and your cell phone footage can really improve if your lighting does. Now, I linked everything that I use in the description box below. They are affiliate links. You're seeing commercials on my YouTube videos, but guess what? I'm not making money. I'm not monetized yet, but they can run them. So I'm not making money on that. This is the way I make my money. I'm being transparent. You can use them or you don't have to use them. Again, you don't have to buy everything I have here. This is what I use. You gotta choose what's right for you. So don't be afraid to be on camera, just practice. Maybe you're thinking about getting a camera for Christmas for yourself, or maybe someone got you one for the holidays. So this is just some little tips that might help you. Don't get overwhelmed. Takes time. And I'm telling you, you will have so much fun when you nail down good lighting. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Share this video with someone who might want to see it. And perhaps you'd like to watch my other 2 videos on video conferencing lighting.